Okay, so let's talk about my SOP for creating a WordPress directory from scratch, from idea, okay, to data generation, to first iteration, to complete website, right? So you might be thinking, Hamish, this seems like quite an ambitious video to make, and you would be right. However, because of the way that I build these now using AI for every one of these steps, I'm pretty confident we can do this in an hour. So let's just get started. Now, if you're not part of the school yet, I don't know what you're doing because this stuff has been on the school for like 3 days now. But if I just go to my materials here, we have this universal prompt, and we also have this prompt right here, which is create a directory with WordPress. So the cool thing about the school is that I have all of my SOPs and everything right here. And basically, I'm just going to run through this entire process, right? So we'll just go to new window here. We're going to forget Irish breweries. That's been done now. Let's just move on to the next idea, right? So I'm going to open up CLINE. If you don't know, I love to use CLINE for research. I haven't actually made a video about this process just yet, but this part of the process is so fun, right? So we're going to put this on, I think I'll put this on Gemini just because why not? And we could also use Roo Code. Actually, you know what? I might try Boomerang Tasks for this. So I'm just going to go on Boomerang Tasks. I have the same MCP setup. If you don't know, you can copy your MCP servers from CLINE, right? So if you just go on installed, go on configure, Control-A, Control-C here, right? And then you can just do the same thing. So you edit global, Control-A, Control-C. You can actually see they're exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to run this first command right here, right? Come up with some incredible niche ideas, right? So I'm going to send this. I'm just going to see what happens here. I don't know how this is going to work within Boomerang. I'm just curious. I like to test things. I like to test things live. Some people might say that I'm just here rambling, but I'm just, I'm just doing things live so that you guys can see kind of my entire process. So this is an idea that I literally just came up with, right? I haven't even tested this yet. So again, like you might be like, oh, why wouldn't you test it first before making a video? But I just like testing things in front of people. I think it's more interesting, right? So we'll see what this comes up with. I don't like the fact that it's just gone to Perplexity. I actually am not a fan of Perplexity. I'd rather it creates its own search queries for Brave and then scrapes individual pages. Let me just see if I actually said use Perplexity. I didn't. That's fine. So let's see here. Craft hobbies, fiber arts, unique travel experiences, cultural immersion travel, specialized food drink, all this, right? So I'm not a huge fan of these. I'm going to say, please go into way more detail using different MCPs. For example, Brave, Search plus Fetch together to scrape pages. I need ideas that ideas for directories. No, okay, yeah, I need ideas like this, but better. Farm experience booking, I kind of like that. Unique workshops like blacksmithing or micro dairy cheese making. Cheese making on Ireland. So I'm probably, no matter what I do, I probably will do it in Ireland just because I'm just curious about this right now. But this is just the ideation phase anyway, so let's see. Again, like it's not a terrible idea, but like where the hell am I going to get data about convert school buses and vintage caravans and stuff? I need ideas where I can get information online and make a CSV from that information and then condense it into a usable format. I think, you know what? It's safe to say this is not working too well. So we'll just go to CLINE, which was working extremely well the other day. I'll put this on plan mode and I'll put it on Anthropic and we'll enable extended thinking and we'll put that on like that. There we go. I need 10 completely different, completely unique and well-researched niche ideas. Okay, so this is a pretty good question. It's asking me about my target audience. My target audience is people interested in Ireland. Let's see if this works. And I think this is a really, really good question. That's fair enough that it's asking that question. Okay, I like this. Interesting. I mean, I don't really want to just do a tourist attraction thing, but let's just see what this comes up with. Let's let it go. Let's not constrain it too much. Let's see where it goes with this. Okay, so these are the ideas that it's come up with. So, number one, traditional Irish craft workshop directory. I don't think that's a terrible idea. Hidden Island heritage sites directory. I'm sure there are loads of those. But I mean, it might not be terrible. Yeah, interesting. What we can do is we can see what the SERP, the search engine result page, is actually like. So we've got heritageisland.ie, Wikipedia, TripAdvisor. Yeah, we're going to struggle to... I mean, this is what most SERPs look like, right? So this looks like this might be a new one because there's no favicon. Oh, maybe not. This is a West-looking website. Jesus. This is just HTML. I always look at these and I'm so curious about this kind of website. Is this just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? It looks like it might just be, right? It looks like there's no CMS here. Is that what it looks like on mobile? What? How is that allowed? What the hell is wrong with Google sometimes? I just want to see how much traffic a website like this has. I'm always on the lookout for websites like this, just so you know. 22,000! What? That's so funny. Honestly, that is so funny to me. So it looks like it's just HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. This is kind of the next level, I think, which is kind of funny because we're going backwards instead of forwards in terms of coding. But I think, if it's just focusing on HTML, JS, and CSS, I think AI generally will do a much better job because there's so much less to think about, right? Overall, I think, hidden gems is not a terrible idea. I reckon a lot of people search for Dunmore Cave. Let's just have a look. Keywords Explorer. I'm just using Ahrefs. You can use a free version of Ahrefs, just so you know. So you can actually go on Google and search Ahrefs keyword checker. If you don't want to pay for it and you just want to get a quick idea, you can just use, sorry, not this one, this one, the difficulty checker, right? If you're just curious, I don't trust this number, but it's better than no indication whatsoever, right? This is also the wrong one. There's a keyword checker somewhere. Yeah, it's this one here, right? It's the keyword generator. Yeah, so you can have, you can see kind of all the keywords that you need to include, all the kind of traffic potential. This would probably get about 1K impressions a month, right? Just this one page. In terms of SERP, search engine result page, I'm sure that there's a lot of competition here. And I'm sure it would be quite hard to break in here. So this has a 67 DA, that website that we looked at before. 6720, okay, visitunderground.com, interesting. The Association of British and Irish Show Caves, interesting. So this is, this is the kind of thing that we'd be making, right? This looks like it might be WordPress as well, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. So we can check WP admin. Yep, there we go. It is WordPress. So yeah, interesting. Again, very, very interesting. I'm just showing you guys my research process, right? So overall, DR is pretty high on the search engine result page. This has got an 18, this has got 20. We could probably take over these two guys. The others, not so sure about. I doubt we're going to be anywhere up here. That makes me hesitant to like this niche. But yeah, I think whiskey distillery could be interesting. Actually, I know I just made one of these, okay, but just hear me out. This might be an even better one. Where can I just... Okay, distillerytrail.com. So this is basically the idea that it's just come up with. This is WordPress for sure, you can just tell, right? This is exactly what I've been building. I might just build this website. Yeah, it's WordPress. And just do all the directories and all the distilleries in the entire world. Okay, interesting. I like this idea. Irish distilleries list. Is there just a list that I can use? Oh, yeah, we could use this. Okay, I mean, yeah, that works. Let's kind of see how much traffic this is getting. Reject all. Interesting. I just want to see how much traffic this page is getting specifically, so I can kind of guess on the amount of traffic we could expect if we ranked well for some of these keywords. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not crazy, to be honest. I don't know about that. Let's check this one here, which is the bit more professional website from before. Again, not huge amounts of traffic, so like, I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest with you. It doesn't necessarily seem worth it. Okay, so this is an interesting website that I just found. I just searched for Irish trap music near me, and it's literally, it looks like it's just got this page. And if you change something, right? Or maybe not. Oh, right. So the map is fixed. Interesting. So let's just go on sessions here. Let's have a look. So if we go on, okay, search on Tuesday in Dublin, then we search for that, then this is the page. Interesting. Okay, instead of having that weird filter page. Let's see how much traffic this is getting, because this is a very interesting website to me. And if this is doing well, then, I mean, this could be based on DA though, for sure. That's a lot of traffic. It used to have insane amounts of traffic. Where is this coming from? Interesting. So it's got a lot of tunes as well. I'm less interested in tunes, to be honest with you, unless there's a source that I could use. Very interesting website though. Is this WordPress? I think it, oh no, maybe not. It's HTML. Wow, I mean, this video alone, this isn't what I was really supposed to be doing, but this is also interesting. So yeah, a lot of the traffic here is not coming from the actual sessions, so I'm less interested in that. Okay, this last one here is pretty interesting. Irish hidden beaches and wild swimming directory. I mean, it doesn't have to be less known, right? We just anywhere you can swim in Ireland. So if I just do like island beaches, does this have list of beaches in Ireland? Okay, so I have a list of beaches. There's quite a lot, which would mean this would take quite a lot of work. This could work. I like this idea, honestly. This is a good idea. You can see here, best beaches in Ireland, even in the UK, has all of these searches, right? God, English people are mental. Like, you do not want to swim in. Man, it'd be so cold. I would personally, but yeah. Island Beach is 800. Very interesting. So again, let's look at the SERP. But I think I'm just going to go with this idea because otherwise I'm just not going to actually start any of the other process, and we've probably already wasted 20 minutes on this. That's a lot of high DRs. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll just make this anyway. Last thing I'll do is I'll just see if there's any like these kind of words, which makes it a bit more niche. I think I'll just copy these. You could get these from Google Ads Keyword Planner as well for free if you wanted. I will just show you that. This doesn't count towards my time in the challenge or whatever we're doing. I just want to show you that you don't actually have to pay for any of these tools. It's just I use Ahrefs because it's just there and it's easy. So if I go to Tools, Planning, Keyword Planner, it's going to be a very long video, guys, but just stick with me. I'll make it worth it, I promise. English, United States. United States. They won't be exactly the same keywords. I'll explain why in just a second. But if I put Beaches Island, which was one of the main keywords from Ahrefs, you'll see you can just kind of get the keywords. Like, I guess this is a beach. I don't actually know if it is or not, but it maybe. No? Okay. I don't know why Weston is here because it doesn't even seem to be on the coast. It's probably near the coast or something. Like, I'm not. Anyway. Weston. No, okay. So you do have to be slightly careful, but you can see a lot of these like Hodson Bay, Athlone. is probably something that you can swim in, right? So I actually would rather get these keywords, to be honest with you, because these aren't just beaches, right? So I want to do like swim in island, like where to go swimming in island. So let's try and find that as well. So swimming places, wild swimming places in island. I need kind of a list of this as well. Yeah, like wildswim.ie, great. Well, there's already a website, obviously. There's always already a website. This is where you've got to not get put off when you see this, guys. Trust me, because if you only make websites where there's no website that exists, you're never going to find anything. So you might say, "Oh my god, their traffic sucks," but like their SEO probably sucks, right? That you can actually see all they've got is a map, and each place doesn't have an individual. And yeah, also that happens. Yeah, don't just look at their traffic and be like, "Oh my god, this is a terrible idea." Just trust me, it's a better idea than their website makes it seem, right? So actually, if we do places to wild swim in island, right, then we have this list here as well. So we will add this to the list of beaches. Okay, so we'll just have to take this list, right, for granted. I'm not really sure what else to do here. Is Athlone here? No. A lot of these look like beaches. Yeah. Anyway, we'll just take these and add them to that, and then we'll see what we get, basically. So all we need is a list, right? And we need to check if some of these are on Google Maps. So 40-foot beach. There should be a Google Maps thing. Yeah, there is. There are some reviews. Perfect. So we can get reviews. We've got TripAdvisor. Perfect. This looks like a good use of our time, so let's do it. Okay, so I've got this list here. I'm just going to put them together in CLINE, right? So I'm just going to grab these. We'll put these in a sheet just so I can kind of get my head around it. So I'll do Control-Shift-V so they just paste like that. Actually, we won't because we need to know which ones are in which county, I guess. Yeah. Okay, no, we'll do Control-Shift-V. I just want everything in the same place. So now we'll grab these ones. I don't know how many of these are there already. It looks like most of them. So in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. Let's just do. Yeah, let's just do a few less first of all. We can always update the CSV later. That's fine. And then I'll add to this using CLINE if there are any that are missing. Okay, so let's move back over to CLINE and we'll say, just going back to the school, going back to the SOP, right? The second part of this prompt is a research step, right? So we'll go to the universal prompt here so that it doesn't have all of the inputs. And we'll just grab this here, which is the research part of this, right? So we'll copy this prompt here, and we'll just make this fit for our specific purpose right here. So we'll go to docs.new, paste this, and then we just need to change a couple of things inside this universal prompt, right? So this is, I need the logo of the beach or county if beach doesn't make sense. Not county, sub-county, are they called? I don't even know what they're called in Ireland. No other images in the logo column. Let's find some images across the internet of the beach to use in a gallery. Don't create a series for the start. Let the data guide you. Do research on 5 of the beaches. I want to create the most comprehensive beach directory in the world. It should be swimming directory, but let's just focus on beaches, whatever. Start with one of the beaches. So I'm just filling in this prompt so it makes sense. So this is beaches, island, beaches, them to a, and then map them to a map where people can browse beaches on a map of Ireland, way to find the best beaches with their specific needs and wants. Beaches in Ireland, business type, beaches. Okay. That's fine. This should work. Let's put this into a new CLINE instance. So we're still using CLINE for research just because it seems to work slightly better than other ones. So we'll just let this run here. Okay, so you can see that what it's found here is better than any kind of paid scraping method. This is paid, obviously, because I'm using Claude, but you could just use Gemini if you wanted. You can just see, look, rating, key features, right? Bang, bang. So it's got blue flag status, as you can see, breathtaking scenic views of the Atlantic, potential tags, Long Beach, Sandy Beach, blue flag, scenic views, Dingle Peninsula views, Ring of Kerry views, right? So if I just show you why this works so well, if I just go on here and we go on Keywords Explorer, right, and we write Ring of Kerry, you might think this is just some keyword that's not going to have a lot of searches, right? Ring of Kerry. So around the world, it has 53,000 searches. In the US, 15,000 searches, right? Let's see the SERP. Obviously, it's very, very competitive. You would expect that, right? But if we just add the word beach, let's see what happens. Okay, so beach, not a good search. But if you look down here, we might be able to jump on some of these keywords, right? Maybe some of these questions, maybe some of these keywords. You know, these are all things that you can then build into your prompting. So if I wanted to build a system that uses something that finds questions about the Ring of Kerry, right? And then when it generates the Ring of Kerry page, you can say, answer all of the questions that, that you find here, right? And that's how you start to rank your directory for more than just the normal search terms, right? So what does that mean? We're going to have a page soon that has Ring of Kerry beaches, right, as its title. This is the concept of the page, right? This is a Ring of Kerry beaches page. And then we're going to have all these results, right? And then either between here or at the very bottom, you could have a system, and you can easily make this, right, using CLINE or whatever, where it searches the term. In fact, we could even do this right now. I'll literally show you how to do this right now, right? Wait a second, I want one more thing. For one of the tags, right? This isn't a perfect system. I just want to show you as an example. Let's take Ring of Kerry as an example. Add another column, which is questions for the tag page, and go on Google and search Ring of Kerry. Then use browser use to go down. Oh, and ask any question about the Ring of Kerry, right? I'll show you what I'm planning here. So let's say, how big is the Ring of Kerry? I don't know, for example. And then I want these questions, right? People also asked, right? Ring of Kerry. And then use browser use to find the people also asked section. Oops. Section. Also, give me the entire CSV as you have it now, right? Because I'm impatient and because I want to show you guys this, I'm just going to show you what you can actually do once you really start to think about how can I make a better directory than everybody else, right? this is how you do it. You find out interesting ways to do things that people haven't thought of. So I want questions about the Ring of Kerry, which is one of the tags. You can do this as a separate task. You absolutely do not need to have this as part of this task, right? So let's see if we can get through this together. So what it should do here is it should press accept all. And by the way, don't be afraid to help this thing out, okay? So often people are like, oh yeah, but it has to be autonomous. If you're here and you're just chilling, you may as well help it out if you see it going wrong, right? So there's actually no people also asked section here for some reason. So it needs to actually search a question. So how big is the Ring of Kerry? Again, no people also asked section. I don't know what it is with this Google when you're not logged in. Okay, so this is not exactly what I asked for, okay? But what it did instead was it just found some FAQs and just copied them basically, right? So, you know, you need to refine these processes for yourselves, etc. I'm just showing you that these things are possible. So now we have these questions here, right? Which if you actually look at them, they are connected. Can you drive the Ring of Kerry in one day? How long does the Ring of Kerry take, etc.? These are all the same questions that I was asking it before, right? So we've got these tags, we've got some reviews. It doesn't look like we've got any images. Obviously, I guess that kind of makes sense just because, oh, we do have an image. What is this? I mean, we'll take it. Fine. That's the only image we've got. No problem. Okay, so we now have the data, right? Now, this isn't currently possible, but if you have two computers, for example, this is currently possible. If you have two devices, what I suggest you do is you leave one device doing this, the research, right? And that can just research the entire time that you're doing the next step. Now, the next step is to create the actual WordPress website. And for that, we're going to be using Augment. Now, I'm only suggesting use Augment because it's currently free. As soon as this becomes paid, if it's expensive, it's probably not going to be worth it. It'll be better just to use Roo Code. And we are going to be using Roo Code for the final part of this as well, the bug fixing part. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to use Augment because it is very, very good at one-shotting websites, okay? Okay, so let's move on to prompt number 3. Just bear with me, guys. This will be worth it in the end. I promise you. This will impress you guys. This will, yeah. Okay, so the final part of this prompt 3 is the prompting Augment, right? So the first thing we want to do is, if you look here, I have a completely fresh WordPress installation, right, on local WordPress. You can work this out yourselves or go on the school or just watch my previous videos for this. Just going to press VS Code right here. This is going to open this folder, right, the WordPress installation folder. If you don't know what that means, then it's really hard to explain to you, but basically WordPress exists within local WordPress, and we're opening the folder of that, right? So just before we start, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in the data here so that it has this, right? And I'm going to press copy here, and then I'm going to index the code base, okay? Now this is going to read everything. And it's going to understand that this is a WordPress core project. Okay, there we go. Everything good. Right. So we're going to put this on Agent Auto. Okay. I didn't give you a command there. Okay, so I just did a couple of steps there. It just read everything again just because I changed it to agent mode, and for some reason that started a new chat. I'm not really sure why that would be the case, but it is what it is. So grab the third prompt, right? I'm just going to keep the fourth prompt here as well at the same time. I'm going to put this here. And I am going to just delete the MCP stuff because the MCP stuff wasn't working. So I just grabbed some Unsplash images here that were relevant to this project, put them here, and then just very badly changed the word brewer to beach, which has obviously led to this, but I think it'll understand. And we're now going to send this. And this should build a pretty good job of this project. I'm just going to quickly press stop here and just say one more thing. Please refactor all code and use components to have short files which don't overuse your context length. So now we're pretty much just going to leave this. It's going to work on its own. It's going to create, hopefully, what I've asked it to create. Should do a pretty good job of this, and we can then develop this further. Or actually, we might in this case be able to just continue the research step. I don't know if this is using the same thing, right? I'm not actually sure. And because this is in local and I'm in non-local, this might just work. I might just be able to continue. So I just need to give it some beaches. So I'll just do that. Okay, so let's just see if this works quickly. Let's see if both can work at the same time. Now, I don't know if this will work. This one is still making folders. This one is using... I think until CLINE needs to actually edit folders, I think this might work. Which is pretty nice, actually, because now we can research while we're generating the website, which is absolute madness, right? So you only need one beach, if you think about it. Once you've got this one beach, you can make a website. But then you need more beaches for the website to be worth it, right? Let's see. Yeah, we need more, right? So yeah, this is a very, very interesting system now. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is interesting. So I can now, at the same time as at the same time as making the website, I am researching the website. This just 10x'd. This augment code, this is exactly what I was talking about. I actually, if you look, I literally wrote this here, right? Nobody has seen this. I wrote this maybe 2.5 hours ago. This was the whole point of this video, was augment code into Roo to finish, right? But then also CLINE for the research, right? This is crazy. I'm researching at the same time as creating. So every single time it researches a new beach, it adds 5 or 6 pages, right? Because this is the way it works, right? You have a county page, no, even more than 5 or 6 pages. County page, tag pages, right? Which could be 10, 15 per beach. Tag pages, and then beach pages, right? So it's adding 1, maybe 15, 1 every single time it researches a new one, right? So my mind is blown. This wasn't previously possible because I was using Roo Code or CLINE, and they don't interact with, they don't, you can't integrate those two. They don't work together because they're based on the same system. Augment Code is using something slightly different, right? So I can now research at the same time as doing this. This is madness, honestly, guys. This is absolute madness. The only thing I would possibly change is using Roo Code Boomerang to do the research. That's probably the only thing I would change on this, to be honest with you. So my current theory is, right, Roo Code or CLINE for research, for niche, right? And then Roo Code or CLINE for research. What's this called? Augment Code for first draft. Roo Code or CLINE for what's it called? Like bug fix. Bug fix. I reckon this combination is gonna, like, I don't want to say change the world, but change the AI game for sure. And just a note, one of the main reasons is MCPs. The fact that you can autonomously do brave and fetch searches for information across the internet while I'm talking to you, I'm also coding, well, not me, obviously, but my machine, I'm controlling it, right? I am the orchestrator of this, right? I've got something making a website for me. I've got something researching a website for me while I'm making a YouTube video, right? So you can do this while you sleep. You can do this while you eat. All you have to do is manage at the beginning and then just shit out ideas all day long. I give it 5 years before Google is kind of collapsing. So you got 5 years of display ads to make money from. If you, in that time, right, if you just, for example, got 10 million views, which is 2 million a year, which is not impossible, right? You could be paid for this up to 150K, right? Maybe more, depending on the, it's called CPM, right? The cost per mille. You can make 150K over 5 years. That's 30K extra a year. Just because right now, in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you sit and you just output directories all day, every day, right? You build millions of these fuckers. You try and even automate it further than what I'm showing you in this video, right? SEO is not quite dead. It's on the edge, right? But it's not quite dead. There's still money to be made in it. Okay, so now we really start to see just how cool this is. Now, one issue here that I've seen is that it's not really getting coordinates. This coordinate thing is an absolute nightmare. I won't lie. It's very hard to find the coordinates for things. I'm probably going to have to find some kind of MCP or something for this, just because, yeah, finding coordinates is complete shite with the current things that we have available. So what do I want to do here? I want to just display this information, right? So I haven't come up with a really graceful solution to the coordinates problem just yet. If you guys can come up with one, let me know. I would love to know how we can turn like air codes into, or postcodes or zip codes into coordinates. That might be a really helpful MCP for someone to make. Might already exist, to be honest with you. But I'm just going to say continue finding information about new features, right? Because it's decided to stop the task right there. This has been going for a long time now, plus 3,382 diffs is really crazy. I just want to know, I really want to know how this is getting on. Okay, so this is the only problem with Augment, right, is that occasionally it does this thing right here where it says, I'm sorry, I tried to call a tool but provided too large an input. How would you like to proceed, right? I recommend every time it does this, just to say, please continue with shorter files and more components that split big files up, right? And then what we can do here, we can go to local and we can just open site. Sorry, let's open the admin. And we can see if it's made any meaningful progress, right? So if I just log in here and we go to themes. Now, I'm not saying this will have worked just yet. It probably hasn't. But if we go to themes, there should be a new theme. There isn't, okay, because these are missing, right? That's fine. Okay, so we actually have the theme here. Let's just press activate and see if this works. Okay, it works. Nice. We now have beaches, so let's import these beaches and we'll just see if this actually works. So this file is here, so we'll reveal in File Explorer, drag this over like that, and then sure, and then upload. Let's see if that works. No. Okay, there we go. So I just imported a load of beaches. Okay, this is looking pretty promising. I mean, yeah. Where the hell did I get the coordinates from for that? Wait, how? What? Wait. Maybe, I think one of them had coordinates, so maybe I just randomly picked the only one with coordinates. Nope. It's somehow managed to, I don't even know how it's done that. Guys, this is probably the best video you'll ever see in your entire lives. You better smash the hell out the like button. You better comment down below. We're pretty much done. Like, I was going to run this through another, I was going to run this through CLINE or whatever, but I mean, honestly, this is amazing what it's done. Like, it really doesn't need that much changing, to be honest with you, at all. Let's just see what happens if I press filter to see if it actually changes. It does not. Okay, so there's still a few changes that would need to be made, but I mean, overall, it's done a fantastic job. It's got really nice images. from the internet. It's managed to do the maps. I'm not even sure how it's done that. And yeah, that's crazy because now this is like Irish sandy beaches, right? This is all of the Irish sandy beaches. This is crazy. I can't believe how fucking good this is. Yeah.